Good morning and welcome to Executing My Exodus Ministries Freedom Fridays with your host, which is myself, Ashley D. Listen, y'all, we made it to another Friday, another end of the work week. And if you're anything like me, you are excited. Why? First of all, because we need to get some rest. We lost an hour of sleep this week, and that means something. When you got stuff going on, that hour, it makes a difference. So I'm excited to be here at the end of the week so I can get some rest this weekend. And I also want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you who celebrated. I wore green just for you. So happy St. Patrick's Day as well. So listen, I want to move on. E&Me, if you've been following, you know E&Me decided to talk about March Madness the entire month of March with a spiritual twist. And so I thought it was so befitting to talk about the greatest march in the Bible, and that is the fall of Jericho. You can read that during your downtime, Joshua chapter 6. So in the previous weeks, we talked about marching in faith and marching in obedience. But this week, I want to talk about how the Israelites march with courage. Now, what is courage? According to the Cambridge English Dictionary, which I thought was one of the best definitions to describe how they were, was courage is defined as the ability to control fear and to be willing to deal with something that is dangerous, difficult, or unpleasant. Again, courage is defined as the ability to control fear and to be willing to deal with something that is dangerous, difficult, or unpleasant. Now, when I was studying and meditating the fall of Jericho, again, I saw how they marched in faith and obedience, but they also marched in courage. And the reason why I believe they marched in courage is because they could have allowed their fear to overpower the instructions that were given to them from the Lord, not knowing what was going to be on the other side. Although they knew what the primary goal was, and was for them to take over all the land, they didn't know the dangers of what they could have faced. They didn't allow their fear to overpower them, knowing that there were going to be dangers and different things they were going to come in contact with. So I strongly believe that they walked in courage. And I believe I know they walked in courage, knowing that the Lord was with them, first of all, but they were also warned various times to march in courage, to be strong and courageous. First of all, it started way back with Moses. Moses told them even before he died, be strong and courageous, walk in courage. Why? Because the Lord is with you. Then even when Joshua took over after Moses died, just in the first chapter of Joshua, you see where the Lord specifically says to Joshua 3 times, be strong and courageous. And I believe they had all of these signs and warnings to tell them that, because they knew that some of the things that they were going to face along the way could require them to be in fear and to shrivel up and be like, we can't do this. So they were told, the Israelites were told to be strong and courageous. Why? Because I'm with you and I'm going to see you through it. So all you got to do is march in faith, march in obedience, and square your shoulders and be strong and courageous in order for you to get everything that I promised you. And they did just that. Now let's talk about us. Sometimes we have a challenge, a hard time being strong and courageous because we allow fear to overpower us. We get those feelings of feeling inadequate. We feel like we don't have the tools, the resources in order to do everything that the Lord has told us to do. It's a lot of different things. We even have those little voices in our minds, like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on one. You can't do this. It's a whole battle. We struggle with those things often. But I want to challenge you to be strong and courageous. Why? Number one, because God is with you. And I also want you to understand, first of all, courage is a choice. Keep that in mind. It's a choice to have courage. It's a choice to be brave. It's a choice to say, I'm going to make it and I'm going to come, I'm going to push forward. And regardless of what I face, regardless of the dangers I face, the uncomfortability of these different hurdles I got to jump through, I'm going to square my shoulders and I'm going to do it. It takes courage. It's a choice. I just want to challenge you to be strong and courageous. First of all, because God is with you. And two, because the devil plays off of our weaknesses. He plays off of our fears. He plays off of our inadequacy. He plays off of just our unbelief that God can actually do it. He plays off of that. And he specifically developed strategies to keep us in a place of fear and where we can't accomplish anything, we can't push through anything, where we just sit in a place where we're just fearful, we're scared. But why be scared when we have a God that's greater and powerful and mightier than anything that's ever on this earth? Nobody has ever defeated him. He has won every battle. So why walk in fear? Why sit in fear? Why allow that to overtake us or overpower us when he is powerful? He is the great I am. He is King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So we should never be in fear. We should never have a reason to fear. We should always be strong and courageous. Why? Because our God is. Our Father is. We are a descendant of him. So we ought to be strong. We ought to be courageous because he has given us the power. He has given us the authority. He has given us everything we need in order to attack the enemy, in order to face the enemy. So today, on this beautiful Friday, I want to challenge you to be strong and courageous. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are great. You're not a wimp. You're not weak, but you're strong. You're brave. God created you to be that. Tap into being strong, being courageous, being powerful. He's giving you everything you need in order to face whatever challenge you have that you come in contact with in your life. And just keep this in mind. Jesus came down, a man that knew no sin, to become sin, to save us from all our sins. He went through agony. He went through pain. He was whipped 39 times. He was hung on the cross, nails in his hand, nails in his feet, pierced in his side. All this agony, all this pain to save our sins. So why can't we get through the agony and the pain and the hurdles that we're going to have to face along this Christian journey? It doesn't even compare to what he has been through for us. So be strong, be courageous, square your shoulders, and be everything that he designed you to be. You are strong, you are courageous. March in courage. March courageously. Why? Because you are strong. You are amazing. You are an inheritance of your Father. He broke the mold when he made you. He has given you everything that you need in order to accomplish everything that is before you, in order to tell the devil, get thee behind me. In order to say, you're not going to take my mind. You're not going to take my family. You're not going to take anything from me. Why? Because my God is greater. He already won the battle. So be strong. Be courageous. You're equipped to do it. Because you're a descendant of him. So on this beautiful Friday, I just want to encourage you to march courageously. Be strong. You are that. Tap into that. Anytime you feel weak, anytime you feel inadequate, anytime you feel defeated, tap into the strength, the bravery, the courage that the Lord has already given you and instilled in you. I hope something was said to challenge you on this beautiful Friday. Thank you for tuning in to Executing My Exodus Ministries Freedom Fridays with your host, which is myself, Ashley D. I love you with the love of Christ. Happy Friday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. God bless you.